the area of work or the area which the surface covered. And to be here we call it footprint, but Raul told me something. It's not footprint. What is it? It's the target? Raul? What's the other name of the satellite footprint? Okay. This coverage or beam. And the footprint map usually show either the estimated minimal satellite disk and the diameter and the signal strength on each area measured in the dB watt. For example, here it has like 60 centimeter, 80, 100, and 120. There are some people that actually publishing the list of satellites that's surfing in the sky in internet. We call it satellite tracker. We get this from sitecodex4.com. It covers Southeast Asia, Australia, China, Japan, Korea, as you know, AsiaSat. There's a Telkom one, Thaicom, AsiaSat. There are many. We're gonna take a look on the website later on. And this is Indonesian satellite Palapa C2. In 1975 or 76, Indonesia became the third nation in the world operating domestic satellite communication system using GSO satellites, which was Palapa A system, and now it's the latest generation is Palapa C2. The owner is PT Satelindo. It's mainly used for TV program distribution and data transmission as well. And we have Telkom, owned by PT Telekomunikasi Indonesia, as the Palapa B2R service would end in 2000 or 1999. So Telkom formed a team to study the technical and business aspect for a new satellite generation. This study came up with the suggestion that Telkom should expand the satellite capacity and to fulfill the very high potential demand for cellular trunking at the time, and also to serve VSAT for internet use. Therefore, Telkom 1 satellite, as the new generation satellite is called, was designed as for multi-carrier use. So the capacity can double compared to the previous Palapa B2R for a low-bit VSAT. This is a Telkom 2 with the same coverage, but stays in a different orbit. It was to replace Palapa B2, and again, Telkom is again improving the earlier generation satellite coverage, and same with the Telkom 1, but the bird more east by 10 degrees. Then we come to interesting stuff, attacks against satellite system. I just found a nice document wrote by William L. Spacey. He was a student from a School of Advanced Air Power Studies at University of Maxwell, Alabama, and his paper title was "Does the United States Need Space-Based Weapon?" And he quoted the General Joseph Elsie. It says like, it's politically sensitive, it's going to happen. Some people don't want to hear this. And it's sure it isn't in vogue, but absolutely we're going to fight in space. They are afraid for something, for some reason, yeah. And we're going to fight from space, and we're going to fight into space. Then I discover Dan Finiman was give a speech at the DEFCON 4, it was 1996 if I remember correctly. It's trying to explain the hypothetical attack against the satellite system. Some of it still works, some of the technique kind of obsolete, because you know, satellites are not invulnerable, while some skeptical about the vulnerabilities. they are raise some question because our data, whether it's a phone conversation, internet traffic, that's including your day-to-day activity in using internet. This also covers for flight reservation, even banking transaction are carried with satellites, often without encryption. Our point is like, while satellite communication systems have made enormous advance in capability and performance, security hasn't kept pace and leaves some, if not all, satellite systems vulnerable in the sky. And we're gonna start with hypothetical attack. Means that this attack is based on hypothesis, may easy to be done, maybe not. And it's worth of nothing as the most likely the cause of damage or to lose of service from a satellite is the actual operator. For instance, the AMSSC partially damages the onboard AMSC1 after launch and by inadvertently overloading one of the onboard amplifier. First, denial of service attack. We have jam, uplink, and downlink. Downlink is a signal from satellite to the ground station, and the uplink is a signal from ground station to the satellite. We have white noise at frequency. To illustrate about whiteness, the adjective white is used to describe this kind of noise because the way white light works. You know, white light is like the light is made up with all different colors, frequency, and the light combined together. You can use a prism or a rainbow spread like white thread to back to its component. In the same way, white noise attack is use the combination of all different frequency, and you can start thinking like combining white noise of frequency for 2,000 tones playing in or delivered or transmitted at the same time. In the new generation of satellite, there is an instrument called wave filter. Wave filter is an instrument that clarifies a signal by filtering out all power noise, and it's useful for receiving communication in deep space where there are no stellar phenomena that emit frequencies too. This extra frequency becomes part of the white noise always presents in the space. Then we have overpower uplink. Imagines that is a saturation of the power that's sent to the satellite. Big power sends will create a mess for another clients, and all of a sudden those clients will not synchronously mode for temporary. But 2 weeks ago I get informed by Cedric Blancer. He says that the new generation of satellite has a capability to hibernate, something like hibernate, and go to a position where it's like default position, so it's not going to distract or crash another satellite nearby. And the threat of deliberate uplink jamming is considered as a federal crime in US, even though they are the first country in this world that introduced this attack. Like today's mystery in the sky is not even difficult to range. Any competent 10th grade science students know how to jam a radio signal by creating a new signal in the same frequency. The same thing also published in the FRAC edition 61 or 60, yeah, 61 for GPS jamming. And if your signal power strength is stronger than the original, you have overpowered the transmission. Then again, United States gave this lesson to the world publicly with their jamming of the Radio Martini in Havana, Cuba. All is done from a long distance, as they say in the advertising. Reach out and touch someone. You don't have to be there, do it remotely, that's it. And Russian also do the same thing routinely in Moscow with the Voice of America. We have another attack for orbital positioning attack. If you have many ground stations, imagine you have like 5 or more pointed or specified satellites, then send queries of tones or telecommand viewing, the satellite transponder may get incorrect orbit information. Attitude control of the satellite will adjust to the new orbit coordinate, and of course all the clients already connected will get disconnected right away. And in theory of worst scenario related to the satellite, if 2 satellites collide, it will like create a mass of jumps that will hit another satellites. It's like momentum of movement. And in our orbit, we know there are many satellites, and what if all those satellites suddenly stop serving? There will be no TV, no radio, no data communication. And this one also more advanced, but requires like control. This kind of attack can be done in the satellite command center. All you need to do is like to crack the encryption used by protecting the transmitting control of the satellites. We also know as a telecommand. It's to refer a set of command generated to the on satellite and executed on the transponder. Then we have insertion after confirmation, but prior to execution, same stuff. But most likely the new kind of satellite already know this kind of attack, and they have like some workaround on it. Now, the practical attacks against the satellite system. As I said, my previous slides before this was hypothetical. It may be easy to be done, may be difficult. Now, but that we continue with the more practical way. Raditya will explain furthermore about the practical attacks by showing some stuff, hopefully interesting. And please.
Okay, there are some example practical attacks that we have discovered before. The first is about DVB IP over satellite platform. We will begin with profiling, of course, just like a usual hacking method. We tried looking for the information about our target. Yes, of course, internet can provide almost everything we need to start. And let me show setcodex.com. Yes, you can find all the information here. This is contain all the information.
As you can see, you can get a list of satellite surveying. Like, where are you right now? You want to know, you are in Asia right now, you might choose the set codec 4.
And yes, and the green one is showing about frequency allocated for the data. Over there we can find the information of the frequency. V is mean vertical, is about the polarization, and this is the data. And of course we get SR. SR is symbol rate, and filter B. I think it's enough for start. Okay, thank you. Pretty much information provided, and I think it's more than enough to start. And then I will show a video.
I know the video is not cool, especially for you, but if we carry all our equipment down here, your government gonna stop us right away in the airport. What's wrong? Gee. Somebody hacked my laptop.